at Naomi's Lampshades in Lake Grove, which is the cutest little lamp store in all of the town. And Bee's here with me. And today we're not just talking about putting your lampshade with your lamp, we're talking about chandeliers.
Completely different story.
Yes, and they are not the easiest things to clean, unless you have Bee to tell you how to do it and make it easy.
You can clean them at home if you want. There's a number of ways. You usually have to move your table away if you're going to be taking like all of your prisms off. And they usually will just slide right off. And that's the easiest way. And take like an arm off, go wash them, hang them back up, maybe take the light bulb out to let yourself know which one you're on, you know. And you can just take your time and
wash them in what?
In a little bit of ammonia in warm water. Rinse them off, lay them on another towel, dab them dry a little bit. They're going to be ready to be put back up.
Great. Now, what if I have a large chandelier and that would take me forever?
Well, there's another way that you can do it, and that is by taking this little candle cover off if they're plastic. Okay. Wrapping plastic around it so you're not going to get your socket all wet.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then put a little twister, you know, those little baggy twisters or
yeah.
anything to hold it in place. And then there's the product that we have. It's called Clean and Bright. And it's really good for washing prisms and cleaning everything up. And you just put plastic on your table first.
Okay.
This is where you would not move your table out. Put plastic on your table. And you want to make sure anything that you don't want to be wet is going to, you know, be covered.
Right.
And then just squirt it all over, you know, and then check it out. Might need another little coat of it and let it drip down. But make sure you have, like I say, your table covered with plastic.
Right. So you just spray it on there and let it drip.
Yep.
And it just air dries.
Yep. And all the flat areas, I always tell people go back and, you know, clean them up a little bit, you know, because you don't want to what you're really trying to get is the main part of the lamp. If you have a flat area like that, you can put a little towel there and just kind of clean that area so that you're not going to have puddling up and inside of where all your connections of your lamps are. And so that would be a really good way to keep it a little bit safe. And sometimes you have to do 2-3 times. Another way that you could do is by taking, if they're really long and really delicate and you only wanted to clean the prisms.
Right.
Okay. Put the towel behind.
Okay.
Squirt it a little bit and then clean it. And then just go to the next one, work your way around. Or hire your grandkid to do it for you. Because that's always good, you know.
Now, how often would you have to do that? I guess it depends on how dusty your house is.
Well, yeah, if you have your windows always shut and you use your air conditioning, you don't have to have these done every week. I mean, heck, I don't.
I hope not.
If you're going to do them every week, you can just kind of dust them down with those feather dusters going in and out, and I'll take any cobwebs off of them and everything.
I could do that.
Oh, yeah. But if you don't do them that often, that's when you really want to get them clean, you know, on a regular, and get this little areas where the bulbouches are.
Yeah, right here.
Right, and get that all cleaned up and everything.
Dusty. Okay. Now, also lampshades. Let's quickly tell me how to clean a lampshade. I think we've done this before, but
yeah,
it's always
it's
nice
been a little bit
to remind me, at least.
Okay. If you have a hardback, that means it has a plastic liner in the inside. You can get yourself just a real soft little brush like this paintbrush we use. This is
use a clean one, right?
Yeah, and only use them for your lampshades. But what you want to do is just loosen your finial up just a little bit, and wrap around, going around like that. Come back down.
Obviously, your lampshade wouldn't have plastic around it.
Well, this is correct. None of it. And if they do, take it off because that stops the heat from getting outside your shade.
Right.
But this is such a wide shade here in the store. All the heat goes up, which is great to make everything last longer.
Okay.
Okay, which, when I spun this around, that reminded me of something that's really, really important with this.
Oh, with the...
When you have a chandelier and you're going to clean it, you do not do this. Clean one, let's keep doing it like this.
You don't spin it around to you.
No, you don't spin it at all. You are the one that's going to be moving and cleaning.
What happens if you do that?
Well, we've had chandeliers come in that are all bent up and because they've fallen off the ceilings. Oh. Exactly. And the people have turned them so many times and cleaned them so many times through the years, and they never turned them so that it would get tighter, they turned them so that they would loosen.
Right.
Okay. So counterclockwise.
Okay.
And so we just recommend never turning them.
Okay.
Okay. So going back to
So
that
now your
lampshade.
lampshades.
Yes. If it's a soft-sided one, you can just brush it down also, but just take a really soft cotton cloth and wipe the inside too. And
Now, can you vacuum? Use a brush on your little hose.
I
and
thought
vacuum
you
it?
might ask that. You can do that, and I kind of like it because we sell a lot more lampshades when people do that because they kind of stick to it, and especially if the lampshade's a few years old, you
Yeah.
have a lining, well, quite a few years old, that by the time you touch it, just barely touch it, it's going to fall apart. And if that ever happens to any of your lampshades, you shouldn't be using them anyways because that could fall over on top of the light bulb and cause a fire.
Okay.
Okay, because they'll sit there and smolder.
Right.
So that's why these drum shades have been really nice, whether they're in the soft-sided or hardbacks, because they're quite a ways away, from the light bulb, and it makes the shade and the material last a lot longer.
Okay, so you can do it yourself. You can clean your
Absolutely.
chandelier. You can clean your lampshades. But if you're not confident in doing that, you can bring the whole lampshade or the lamp into you,
That is correct.
and you guys will clean it, service
Right.
it, get it all back to looking
Yep.
just
We do an
perfect.
awful lot of socket repairs. A lot of the electricians will bring us their stuff too. They'll take it down and bring it in to us. So,
All right.
okay?
It's Naomi's Lamps and Lampshades in Lake Grove.
Thank you.